It's like 2 days in a row. I'm like sitting here BSing. She's like, oh, by the way.
Hi.
Are you live or you just
Yep.
waving at
You're
me?
live. That's my go live.
She just.
That's my.
Person behind the camera just like casually waving at me. I thought she was saying hi to me. But apparently, our directing skills are not working. We need that thing where you go like.
Marker.
I have one actually. I legit have one.
I didn't even get to check the camera on my eyebrows on fleek. Like, not really.
Single eyebrow looks good.
Alright, nobody sees the beginning of these anyway. Alright, so we're gonna warm up before we stretch. This Friday is stretch day. So we're gonna get going. We're gonna start off with our jumping jacks. We're gonna warm up from the bottom to the top before we do anything. And then we're gonna more or less do some basics and a little bit of a lot of things that I left out last week. So let's start off with our legs. Side straddle hop. Pretty much a jumping jack without your hands. 20 of them. Let's do it. Now, when you do jumping jack, make sure you go up on your toes up here. So I'm not popping apart and together just high enough to go. I'm actually focusing on straightening my ankles as much as they'll go. So attempting not to let my heel touch the ground, or at least not touch very hard. That's gonna make your calves work a little bit harder. But for this, it makes your ankle move, which is what we're trying to warm up with that exercise. All right, let's go a little bit of quads. We're gonna do a squat probe. Or strobe, it's not probe. Probe is what aliens do. We're gonna stay away from that topic. We're gonna go into the strobe, which is where I hit the bottom part of my squat, and then I just kind of bounce, build your twerk muscles. We're gonna twerk for about 30 seconds. So you go down as deep as you can, stay there, just bounce. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch, let's do it. Get your
I'll just keep my hands on my shoulders.
about 10 seconds. This is good for destiny. Like when you kill a player and you stand over his corpse. All right. And relax. That's 30. So a little bit of calf, a little bit of quad. Nothing too deep, too difficult. Let's go hips and forehands. We'll do the series stretch. We're gonna go wide crab stretch. We're gonna do 2 different variations. First one, standing, forearms pointed out on the inside of your knees. You bend, just chilling here. My hips don't go any lower than they go right now, so that's my flexibility, not my strength. And you use your hands, push your knees apart. Make sure your feet are wide when y'all do this, because you won't be able to feel as much of a stretch if you're in a squatted position. So you want feet wide like middle stance. Let's slowly rock side to side. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other crab, which is where I put my hands on the floor. And I put my knees on the outside of my elbows. For this one, I'm gonna use my body weight to add pressure. So the further forward I lean, the more I can feel it. We're not trying to do a frog stand, all right? Keep your feet on the floor. Just lean into it, almost like you're trying to put your hips on the ground, even with your hands here. You're doing it right. It hurts pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Ow. Hurts your hips, I should say. So, relax. Both of those, I'm using my elbows to push my knees out both times. Okay, so I like standing up to do it because I can shift my weight back and forth, but that one works too. It's pretty much just a forced butterfly stretch. So if you sit on the ground and somebody would push your knees down, if you do it from that angle, it's the same exact motion, but you're pushing your own knees down, right? All right, so we're gonna go hands, feet apart, straight down in the middle. Now when you're in this first position, where'd my voice go? That wasn't me, that was the mic that cut out. When you're in this first position, keep track of how low you go, because when we come back to here, you should be a little bit deeper. Let's go to one side.
We got Cassie and Jen Neal saying hi.
Go the other side. Stop waving at us and do your exercises. Get off the computer. At the end, I should see a bunch of views and no comments because y'all are too busy doing this. Unless you got like that talk to text on your laptop. Hey Siri, tell my laptop to. All right, go back in the middle. So should be deeper, or at the very least more relaxed in the same position. All right, now if you're doing this with a partner, what I'm gonna do from the back is I'm gonna make sure that my partner's back is flat. So you can do this sitting down, or you can do this up against a wall. The one that's against the wall is actually, it's if you're trying to learn how to do a press handstand, and it's pretty vicious, so I'm not gonna show you that one. But if I'm behind my partner, I can push down from the back, so if you're with your kids, these guys are a little bit too big for me to demonstrate because they need to be small. But you can sit behind them and make sure their hips don't move back too far and just stay on their lower back, not on their shoulders. The main thing I'm trying to do is to get this as close to my legs as I can, not this. You get your shoulders down, but I can round my back quite a bit. All right, relax, relax, relax. All right, so let's go to the floor. All right, so from our straddle, we're gonna hop. No, I'm fine when I do none of that. You knock that off. All right, we're gonna go to the middle all 3 times. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a partner variation of this since I have 4 of us here, because it makes it a lot easier to do it correct. Because the second part I cannot do without a partner. So let's put ladies together and macho men together. Actually, let's get up. We need to be close. Close. Right here. Sit. All right, have a seat. Sit. I'm going to stretch Mr. Norris first. He's going to get me second. We're going to go for 15 seconds in 3 different positions. So we're going to start straight forward. Be straightforward. Actually, it's 4 different positions because we hit this position twice, but it's all good.
Cassie says they have Alexa on their TV.
Oh, that would work.
That don't mean she's using it. It's Cassie. Come on, Cassie. All right, go to, now, we're not going to one side. You're going to do half splits. Miss Smith, pull one leg back. So it's the same position, or same stretch that you were just doing. You're not stretching to the left. Still stretching straight forward. So for us, this is why I'm here. I'm here so that he can keep his hands in front and not fall backward. Because that's what will happen with me when I do this.
Sir.
But you should feel the pressure on the inside of your hips. You'll still feel a little bit on this hamstring.
Oh, the hips are sore.
But this is what's going to be stretching, the outside right here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not even watching the clock, so
You should be watching the clock.
let's go for another 5 seconds. All right, let's stretch legs. Let's switch legs.
Sir.
I can't ever talk, man. This is like you guys trying to give the definition of green belt. All right, straight forward. When y'all see those videos, the low rank videos and stuff, just know that those are like one take. We didn't pick the worst take and just put it up. Or that the worst take was not the best one. It was all right, and relax.
Sir.
Back in the middle, feet apart.
Yes, sir.
See if that helped the hips at all.
Sir.
You can also scoot your hips forward to get your feet to go further apart. That's typically what I do. And I told you guys this last week, but this is all I'm doing as the helper is I'm putting all of my weights on him. He has 100% of my weight, so that means I'm not pushing. I'm not like jumping on him or making him jerk. Those are the motions that'll injure you. So you see me leaning, and he can stop himself when he feels comfortable. All right, let's go other person.
Sir.
Sir.
Now, if you're doing it by yourself, just do it again. All right, straight forward. Those are my calves. All right, let's go one leg back.
Sir.
I'll do the bad leg first. This is the bad hip. This is why this one doesn't go. This is the hip I had hip surgery on.
I stand on this side here.
Yeah, you basically just make it so I don't lean backwards.
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's do the other side. So I can't really stretch as far as I want because this hip won't go.
I would like to use that same excuse, but I can't. My hips, it's my quad. Thigh.
And relax.
Sir,
I don't know how close I was to 15. I'm just counting in my head. Sometimes I count slow, sometimes I count fast. It depends on how it feels. If I feel the stretch, I count slow and let it stretch. If it feels painful, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, back in the middle. See if we can go further.
elbow.
Nice job, sir. Nice.
And relax.
Sir. Nice.
We got another guest. Oh, yeah, we got the person that doesn't know how to keep her mouth quiet on Facebook.
That wasn't me. That was her.
Not what I was told. I was told she got a post that she saw on Facebook from Kelly Smith. That was the information everybody in this room got.
You forgot to tell us, ground my child from the phone
Sorry. Why were you checking your phone?
2 minutes before live taping, right?
Well, because I wanted
wait till
to share the
Susan
live on
I'm so
mine.
confused. I thought they were telling me where I could
You
get
should have been
toilet paper.
safe.
I was all excited and heading to that direction.
Denny's.
I still don't know what the heck's going on.
I just go to random restaurants and poop in the toilet. Alright. So we're gonna go middle and side. And oh, we gotta do back too. Alright, so we got 3 more stretches that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run through these as fast as we can, so we're gonna do each one of these one time. However, if I'm focused on getting one of these specifically, I would suggest doing the same exercise over 3 to 5 times. Alright, so the first one's gonna be a middle split, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and out of it just a little bit. So what I'm gonna start off with is going into a relaxed position. We're gonna hold that relaxed position, relaxed relative to you, for approximately 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go a little bit deeper for about 5 seconds. Then we're gonna come up and relax, and we're just gonna continue to do that 3 times, and that's 1 set. All right, so start with your feet, middle stance, or not middle stance, split position. Make sure your hands are on the floor. I don't know if y'all can all be seen behind me. In case you've never seen me stretch before, I am absolutely horrible. I normally stretch before any of you guys get here. And if I don't stretch before you get here, then I just don't stretch for that day because I don't want y'all to see me. Anyway, so we're gonna go middle split. Right here, I'm relaxed. So I feel a light stretch right here. That's where you wanna go. Now, if you're whining and complaining at home at how far you're, at how much it hurts, it's because you're going too far and you ain't listening. So I don't wanna hear it. So we're gonna sit here for about 15 seconds. I wasn't counting because I was too busy yelling at you guys because I already know what you're saying. So now we're gonna go a little bit further, and I'm just gonna push my weight down for about 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna go back up into that light stretch again.
Sir.
Let's sit here. Well, I'm doing this more with my hips than my feet. So I'm not really trying to push my feet further, guys. I'm trying to push my hips down. All right, so we're gonna push our hips down again.
Sir.
Just lean your chest down to the floor. 3, 4, 5. We're gonna relax. We're gonna come out of it just a little bit. And one more time, go down.
Sir.
And relax.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so
Where's my pillow? Another remote.
similar, well, it's actually not a similar idea. I mean, well, it's a similar idea, it's just not the same exercise. For our sides, so we're going to go into a half split where we're seated, reaching towards the front leg, and then we're going to finish going up on our knee in that front split position. Now, if you're not flexible enough to go from the ground to standing up, you can reposition in the middle. But half split is this one. I've got one leg out. The resource is front leg. For whatever reason, I'm doing the good leg first. I'm gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. Watching the clock this time. Now when I go up into the split, it's not a different position than this. It's just gonna be a little bit more intensive on the inside rather than where it is right now. But you need to make sure that this leg stays from your knee to your foot going, more or less that way. If it's not 100% straight, it's all good, but just don't keep it bent as much as it is right now. Keep your knee on the floor. We're gonna go up. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds.
Sideways.
Front split. Think of the first one as like a warm up. Okay, and relax.
Sir.
You got a foot. Get a leg. Alright, so I would probably get up on this one too, but I'm gonna show you what you do if you can't. Alright, so stretch. Because this is a bad hip. So when I do this side, I lean really hard sideways because my hip won't let me sit up.
Sir.
It's like if I try to lean this way, it's like I try to figure out what do I need to stretch to sit up more. But when you lean sideways, the pain's in my hip.
Yes, sir.
It's not in my hamstring because I was like, oh, my hamstrings are so inflexible, I can't really reach this way. That's not it. Okay, go up in your split. I'm just gonna bend my knee, come up, recenter, go back out. Okay, and relax. I want you guys to have a seat, spread your feet apart, and just shake your legs lightly to loosen them up. And we have a couple more stretches for you guys, but they're not going to be from me. That is the end of my stretch routine for the day.
We do the old man stretch routine next.
All right, so I don't know who's going next, but it ain't me, so bye.
Absolutely. You still doing stuff? You bet. All right, guys. So listen, part of it also is as you're younger, you're able to do the stretches much easier, much more flexible. Okay? But what you need to do is develop habits as you start off when you're younger that help you be able to do those stretches, that as you get older, you're still able to stretch those muscles, keep yourself very mobile, and so that throughout your entire lifespan, while Mr. Matthews Jr. is outstanding to be able to stretch and show stuff, you've got Miss Smith, Miss Matthews, they can take their feet, smack their ears, and then put them back down. That's not something myself or Mr. Matthews Sr. can do. So what we want to do is everybody get on their knees here. You want to make sure you're stretching your back, okay? Just you want to put your hand straight out in front of you, reach out as far as you can, and stretch. Feel that in your back. It seems like it's simple, but again, push those hands a little bit further, just a little bit further. Put your head between those shoulders so that you're stretching those shoulders.
He's done this. This is my warm-up before shoulder.
Exactly. This is what I like to term as the old man workout. All right. Breathe, stretch a little further.
Extremely important muscles.
Stretch. Feel it in those shoulders, your neck. A lot of stress going on. Now slowly pull yourself up. Now what I want you to do is I want you to lay on the ground. Okay? Real simple here. Again, part of it is making sure that you're stretching yourself to those limits of yourself. Okay? So any class that everybody's ever been with me, I will continually tell you, you're not competing with the person next to you, you're competing with yourself. So if today you can't touch your toes, that's not what the goal is. The goal is to be a little bit further. So I want you to lay down, put your hands straight up, reach as far as you possibly can. Okay? Stretch, reaching those shoulders, those arms. Take your leg, lift it straight up, keeping it straight, toes back. You're stretching the muscles in those legs. Mr. Matthews Jr. has done a great job of getting you set. Keep those arms stretching far back. Feel it in your shoulders. Think about your leg, but don't lose sight of your arms. Slowly put that foot down. Bring the other one straight up. Again, toes back, just as if you were doing a front kick or a side kick. Get you used to stretching that calf, stretching that heel area, the Achilles, making sure that you feel comfortable. Stretch, reach, slowly bring it down. Slowly roll over. Again, back to that same position to stretch your back. Feet underneath you, reach.
It doesn't hurt my Achilles anymore. Yeah, this is one of the stretches I did for my Achilles. I had
Stretch.
to use a belt.
And slowly come up. All right, Mr. Matthew Senior, are you ready, sir?
Yes.
All right, the next young man is going to do the stretching as well. So we'll turn it over to him.
Are we grabbing a chair? Chair.
Cheers.
Should have taken more time.
Yip-de-doo.
No, Should fit in the camera. I think there was too many of us for that last one too, so. That's why
Oh, is there? I'll be happy to sit out.
That's why I ran off and I got a belt so I could do it.
So we're going to work on some chairs. So go get a chair. Set your chair up. Get comfortable.
I hate chairs.
Or we actually sit in the chair.
Every time I see you sit down.
Listen, it's true. I
All
love
right.
chairs for what they're for.
You will each need one of those. So we're going to start with the simple knee pulls. Okay, so my stretches today, we're going to focus on knees. Okay? So for your first knee pull, we're just going to sit down, relax, take one leg, put it over top of the other knee, okay? Pull it in as tight to you as possible, and then start pushing down.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Push down.
This is
We're going
the
to start
first
stretching through there. Stretch all the way down. Feel that little stretch. Try not to push too fast. Relax as we push through this.
I haven't been able to sit across it for a long time. Basically after my
Relax, relax, relax.
I wasn't able to sit across it. I never regained the
And go ahead and relax that one. Set it down.
Yes, sir.
We're going to rotate that one 3 times. Okay, so now we're going to start with the other leg. Put that other leg all the way up there. Pull it all the way back as far as it'll go. Stretch it all the way down.
That's a hip stretch. Can you do this in your hips? You can't do it because of your knee?
No.
Your knee.
Yeah, it's my knee.
Yeah, we're stretching knee, hips right now, but
Little chairs.
so it's going to affect how we do that.
I push. Anytime I feel something stretch, that's why I said I hold that position. But if I feel
Hi,
like
Rick.
I'm shooting pain or anything like that, that's my no. I'm like, all right, we're not doing that stretch. We'll find a different way to stretch that muscle.
See, if I wave, I can cheat. I quit pushing.
And relax.
Sir.
You guys are like orange as heck on the
That's
screen.
one.
It's like a room full of Trump.
Switch to the other side. Pull that one. Now you should be able to pull this one back a little bit further this time.
Yo, this color ain't in the crown box.
And let it go down.
I've been telling them that for years.
You look like you ate too many carrots on the screen.
For years I've been pushing.
She's kind of yellow. You're almost pink. I don't know how you got. Everybody else is
that's
like
the
a
red
orange.
from me sweating. Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out, sir.
So now while you're doing this stretch, we're going to stretch up through here too. So grab the top of your
I'm
foot
assuming it's just
and
this
just
TV.
pull your foot back towards you. You should be able to stretch all the way up through your shin. For some of you, you're going to feel it right through here, through your superficial scapula.
Probably lost my accuracy.
And relax. Set it down. Other foot.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else knocks it down. I should be able to.
Are we knocking down?
Not
No.
that things. I mean, it's gonna move eventually.
It was a decent throw though.
Yeah.
Stretch it. Again, focusing on pulling that foot all the way back.
About a month and a half ago.
Pull, pull, pull. The whole time, my other hand is pushing down on this foot.
Jamil says, pop goes the ankle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, he got stuck.
And relax that one. All right.
She gets stuck with her leg up.
Next one should be a little bit easier. This is for people that have a problem kneeling down on the floor. We're going to have everybody kneel down on the floor and sit back on their heel, sit back on their butt. But since we're doing chairs today, we're going to make it a little bit simpler. Or we're going to just take each foot and slide it behind us as far back as you can get it to go. I got a stupid knee brace on, so I'm having an issue trying to get my leg back there. Okay? And go ahead and bend that knee all the way, bend that knee all the way forward. Pull that foot all the way back. Keep going with your feet, pulling them back as far as you can each time. And relax and stretch. Okay? So you should be able to feel that one on the top of your thighs. If you're really good at this one, then go ahead and just feel free to sit on the floor. If you can go ahead and sit on the floor with that, just go ahead and sit down on your heels. Pull your knees all the way together. Lean straight back and put your back on the floor. Okay, so there are different ways to do the same exact stretch. We're stretching this right here. So many people forget to stretch those quads out. We really need to stretch those quads out. The next one will be a little bit tougher. So you want to make sure that you can get this one going.
My knees don't bend enough for the quad to stretch.
So I can't do that, but I can do it sitting right here.
Well, if I do this,
Okay? Go ahead and relax. Go ahead and stand up. We have 2 more stretches to do. The first one for this stretch, you're gonna pick one foot and put it on top on the seat, toes down. Okay. Again, we're stretching all the way up through here. Go ahead and bend that front knee as far down as you can, and bend and stretch that back out. For those of you that can bend, go ahead. I can't do that, so I'm gonna watch. Yeah, there you go. Stretch that out. Stretch. Down, stretch. You'll kind of notice you're feeling a little strengthening on the one foot and a little stretching on the other. Stretch. Try to put that knee on the floor. That's your goal, to get that knee all the way down to the floor. You can get that knee all the way down to the floor and stand all the way back up. Now you're building muscle. Okay? Switch on the leg. Stretch all the way down as far as you can go. All the way back up. I like to do these drills in the jacuzzi or in my shower. Helps me loosen up to get ready for the day. All right. And relax. All right, so the next one is going to be a little bit different. You're going to go ahead and sit on the floor, put your ankles up on top of the chair. Floor. Ankles on the chair. Okay, now slide your feet back so that just your heels on a chair. Okay? Yeah, for the younger guys, it's probably no big deal. But for everybody else, well, you'll start to feel this one right away. The object is to push yourself as far forward as you can. Just to lean up as far as you can. You should be able to start feeling a stretch in the back of your knees.
Yes, sir.
Okay? That's the stretch that you want to feel. We're stretching the muscles and ligaments around the knee. That's what we're working on. That's what we're focusing in. Pull those muscles, make them strong. The stronger we keep the muscles around the ligaments, the stronger our ligaments will stay. Stretch, stretch, stretch. When you relax, just go ahead and lay down. Let them lengthen out for a couple seconds. Once you're right here, feel them just start to relax. Go ahead and sit back up. Push yourself a little further. For those of you guys that like that real challenge, tie your belt onto the back of the chair. Pull yourself all the way up. For those of you that can't reach the back of the chair, just wave.
I'm waving when you say.
And relax.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Go ahead and stand up. We don't need the chairs anymore. Last drill from me. All right, last drill from me is the paper drill. So everybody has a piece of paper? Grab a piece of paper, put the paper out in front of you, set it on the floor. See that?
Paper.
Okay. From here, put your foot on the paper and try to scrunch it all the way up underneath your foot. Try to ball it all the way up underneath your foot.
You notice this one?
If you're like me and you've broken several of your toes over the years, some of your toes don't work anymore.
Hi to my Washington family.
And switch, other foot,
Hopefully you got grandma to do this.
and scrunch the paper
I'm
on that
not Jody,
side.
I can call you grandma.
Anybody ever seen the Tosh Point O where there's it's a chick with a big old fat foot and she just like squishing bread between her toes?
Ew.
It's like a fetish video.
Okay,
PG guys, PG.
and we just went to an R rating.
I don't know.
R for really weird.
Usually what
Okay,
happens in the adult workouts.
Yeah, right.
okay. All right, so now go ahead and relax that. You
Sure.
should feel a little bit better on that.
My paper's not crinkled, I'm not very
Yeah,
good
mine
at
only
this.
If you're not that good at
My
this,
weight,
your paper doesn't
just-
crinkle.
And then
Okay?
there's mine.
You should be able to crinkle that paper up really good. Okay?
Mine looks great.
I
Okay.
crinkled mine 'cause of
I like to do this 2 or 3 times. It helps me to get warmed up. It really stretches through the outsides of my knees, helping get me ready for classes. Okay, and then of course we practice our up and downs. Okay,
So-
this is for all of you guys that are practicing that jumping. If you're yellow belts doing that first, you're working on that jump front kick. We want to do these lifts and down. Okay, by the time you get to the higher ranks, you want to slow that pace down a little bit sometimes, and then go really fast sometimes. There are 2 reasons why we practice slow and fast. Slow is to build the strength in the muscles, and speed is to build the explosiveness in the muscle. So if we're going to jump really high, really fast, then we practice these really high, really quick. You want, whenever you come up, go all the way up on the ball of your foot, and then all the way back down.
So,
Okay, so you should feel that one in the back of your calves, and a little bit through the back of the ligaments in the back of your knee. Okay, and that concludes everything that I have for you guys for this afternoon. Okay, and who else? Well,
That is all for now.
That's
All right,
it?
as many of you know and have been chatting,
This is my artwork.
Mr. Matthews Jr. has a presentation to make.
A spoiled surprise. Now, at Nationals, we had Miss Smith go and test for her 4th degree black belt. And I told her the second she finished, because I got most of the videos, that she had already passed. But they didn't want to listen to me, so now I have proof that Jay know what he's talking about. I am proud to present 4th degree black belt to Miss Bethany Smith.
Yay, Miss Smith.
Yeah. No, you gotta get the fancy. You wind it up. Congratulations, ma'am. Now hold the gong. Yes, ma'am. That's how we do things right now.
here, have the lowly 3rd degree, hold it on.
Not hard enough. It didn't make enough noise.
In the list that was presented to us, announcements get sent to the school owners first so that we can try to surprise the students. The name that was listed above her name was a no change. The name that was listed below her name was a no change. So her name kind of stood out in the middle as a pass. So at this rank, understand it's not only a lot of work, there are no gimmies. Very earned. Miss Smith's new uniform
Black stripe.
with a black stripe on the pant leg.
Yay,
Fourth degrees and above are the
fourth
only
degree run.
ones that are allowed to wear this uniform.
Yeah, just, for all you guys that tried to run a surprise, blabbermouths.
No, with that, stretching is all we had done, had planned for you guys today, and you guys have done quite a bit of stretching. Especially when you do a heavy stretch day, it's probably good to just relax and chill. If you want to do a little bit of light practicing, walk through certain things, because you got to give your muscles a little bit of time. When you're doing stretching, is no different than like exercising, lifting weights or anything like that. You're putting micro tears in the muscle, and it's got to heal. And you want it to heal in that outstretched position. When you're training hard, right after you do a heavy stretch like that, because you already have micro tears in the muscle, you're at more risk to pull muscles. Most of my injuries have come on stretch days because of things like that, because I didn't realize the muscle was already weakened because of how hard I stretched, and I didn't give it time to recover before I did anything crazy. So, with that being said, deuces.
Drink some water. Make sure you take magnesium or zinc. Those are vitamins that are really good for helping develop those muscles. Hair. Everybody face this way. You're it. Zip. Kunye.
Hey, Jay.
We're out.